For the longest time, when we thought about robots, we pictured these giant mechanical arms kind of locked away in factories building our cars. Well, what if I told you that entire picture is about to change, and I mean radically? A whole new generation of robots is stepping out of the factory and onto our streets, and it all starts inside a box. No, seriously, just picture it for a second. You're walking through a park, maybe a shopping mall, you go to order a latte, and a humanoid robot smoothly grinds the beans, froths the milk, and hands you the cup. And this isn't some scene from a sci-fi movie. For some people, this is already happening. And that robot has a name, ZhiCube. In late 2025, a company called AI Square Robotics unveiled this system over in China. It's a bit of a mouthful, but they call it the world's first modular embodied AI service space. It's just a massive step forward in bringing these general-purpose robots into our everyday lives. So let's dive in and take a closer look. So what exactly is a ZhiCube? Well, at its core, it's a customizable, almost pod-like unit that's designed to just slot right into public spaces. And inside, there's a highly advanced humanoid robot pretty much ready to serve. But here's the really cool part that makes ZhiCube so remarkable. Its modularity. It's not just a coffee-making robot. Its whole internal function can be swapped out. So one day it could be a barista, and the very next it's scooping ice cream or even acting as a retail assistant. This flexibility is what makes it so different from any robot we've really seen before. Okay, so how does it do all this? To really get what ZhiCube is all about, we've got to look at the two key components that make it work: the incredible intelligence that acts as its brain and the powerful hardware that gives it its brawn. The secret sauce here is something called embodied AI. You see, for years, AI has just lived on servers, right? Inside our phones, processing data. But embodied AI gives that intelligence a physical body. It allows it to see, to understand, and to physically interact with the real world around it. Basically, it's AI that can actually do stuff. And the brain running the whole show is a model they call GOVLA. Now, don't think of it like traditional software with rigid lines of code. It's much more like an apprentice. It actually learns by watching and by doing. It combines what it sees, what it understands from language, and its ability to act to figure out complex tasks on the fly, without needing an engineer to program every single tiny step. All right, so that's the brain. Now let's talk about the brawn of the operation, the AlphaBot 2. This is the humanoid robot living inside the ZhiCube, and its specs are, well, they're really impressive. We're talking over 34 degrees of freedom, a long arm reach, adjustable height, and 360-degree spatial awareness. This machine is absolutely built for complex, delicate work right in the middle of human environments. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. A robot that can make you a coffee is cool for sure, but the ZhiCube is part of a much bigger story. This is not just one company's pet project, it's a reflection of a massive national push. Yeah, you know something's a big deal when it starts popping up in speeches from a country's premier. Embodied AI is being framed as a key driver of future economic growth in China. It's becoming an essential piece of their national strategy moving forward. And they are putting some serious money where their mouth is. In 2025 alone, get this, a staggering $7 billion was poured into China's humanoid robotics sector. That's from over 600 different investment deals. That is just an incredible amount of capital flowing into one industry in a single year. And just to put that number into perspective, that $7 billion represents a 250% increase in investment from the year before. So we're not talking about a slow burn here. This is an absolute explosion, signaling a full throttle race to develop and deploy this technology at a massive scale. And of course, AI Squared Robotics is not alone in this race. It's a super competitive field with huge players like UBTech, Ajibot, and even the carmaker XPeng all developing their own humanoid robots. These companies are already talking about producing thousands of units every year. The race is definitely on. And this brings us to a really crucial point. The vision here goes way beyond just selling robot butlers. The plan is to fundamentally change our cities by moving these robots from the controlled environment of a factory to the unpredictable chaos of the sidewalk. And the speed here it's just breathtaking. Think about it. AI Squared Robotics was only founded in 2023. By the middle of 2025, its robot was already working in a car factory. By the end of that same year, it was out serving coffee to the public. And their goal? To deploy 1,000 of these units in just the next couple of years. And here's the genius part. Every single one of those 1,000 robots will be a source of data. This is what's called the data flywheel. The more the robots work out there in the real world, the more they learn. And all that data gets fed back into that Govla brain, making the entire network smarter. It's a continuous loop of improvement, and it's already logged over 50,000 failure-free hours of operation. So this all brings us to the big questions, right? The technology is here and it's scaling fast. What does this robotic future actually mean for society? What are the potential upsides and what are the risks we really need to be thinking about? Look, on the one hand, the promise here is huge. These robots could help address labor shortages, they could increase efficiency, and maybe even free up humans to focus on more creative, strategic work. But of course, there's another side to this coin. We're talking about very valid concerns about job displacement for service workers, not to mention all the challenges of ensuring public safety and just navigating social acceptance. So if there's one really crucial point to take away from all of this, it's this fundamental shift in thinking. Humanoid robots, like the one inside the ZhiCube, are no longer being designed as just standalone products you buy. They're being deployed as a new layer of urban, intelligent infrastructure. And that leaves us with a massive question to chew on. If this vision succeeds, we are heading toward a future where intelligent, autonomous robots are just a common, integrated part of our public spaces. So when they do become as common as streetlights or park benches, how does our world and our place in it truly change?